start with the first high. It says an attacker can manipulate the pre-deposit price to steal from other users. Okay, I want to check now in the code where is that pre-deposit in safe ETH apparently. We've seen that before, price of safe ETH in regards of ETH. So we have it here. Let's see. Let's read more about it. Actually, it's mentioned exact place, line 79 and 98. So 79. Okay, that's not exactly because I have some notes, but yeah. The impact. The first user that stakes can manipulate the total supply of SV tokens and by doing so create a rounding error for a subsequent user. In the worst case, an attacker can steal all the funds of the next user. The proof of concept says that when the first user enters, the total supply is set to 1 elevated to 18 on line 79. Okay, that's happening here. But the user can immediately unstake most of his safe ETH, such that total supply, I'm not sure what they mean. It's much less than that, I think. That's what it means, probably. And the attacker can then increase the underlying amount by transferring derivative tokens to the derivative contracts. And then for subsequent users, the pre-deposit price will be heavily inflated and the calculation of the minimum mint amount will also be inflated. I understand. Here it's going back to the code. This is part of the stake. Initialize with a price of 1, but if you remove it, of course, total supply 0 is going to be most likely the first at the beginning before anyone stakes anything. So that's going to be, I understand now that that's for the first user. And it can be very inaccurate. In the worst case, it rounds down to 0 for users that deposit value that is less than the amount. Okay, I see. So if total supply is 0, it would add that. But then the user, let's say, can strike most of it, and there is a chance that it will not be 0 anymore, but then this part will end up being rounded to 0. So in the following POC, the attacker steals all the second user's deposit. The attacker first deposits 100 ETH and immediately removes all but one way. The attacker then transfers 10 WS ETH to the WST ETH contract. When the second user enters with 1.5 ETH, no additional safe ETH are minted since the minimum amount is rounded down to 0. Okay, I understand. So it's mainly that since it has removed almost all, then this would be rounded to 0. So what's happening is that it's not going to be increased because when there is some total supply, then this is going to change, right? And that apparently, it's used here, and it would be kind of changing the mint amount. So let's see, there is a POC here specified in hard hat, yes. I'm not going to read it all, guys. So yeah, it's just double checking. I guess it's verifying that this is an issue. So should deploy the strategy contract, and then should deploy derivative contracts and add them to the strategy contract with equal weights. Okay, that's quite some POC there. Pretty long. Make sure to check it later, guys, if you want to get more details of it. It says tool use, VS Code hard hat, okay, and asymmetry mitigated. Use internal accounting to get the balance. I'm wondering, this is actually the mitigation confirm. I'm wondering if we can see the changes that they made. Maybe here. No, it's not available anymore, apparently. Yeah. Usually, or in other places, I've seen that, like I was able to check the PR itself. So I was wondering if it would be the same here, but no. So we'll not use that. Okay, let's